وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا ثم أما بعد. حديث الزبير بن عدي رضي الله تعالى عنه under the chapter المبادرة إلى الخيرات, rushing to the good deeds. قال أتينا أنس بن مالك رضي الله تعالى عنه فشكونا إليه ما نلقى من الحجاج. الزبير بن Adi, he said, we came to Anas ibn Malik, the companion, and we complained to him of the suffering basically at the hands of Al-Hajjaj. Do you guys know who Al-Hajjaj? Who was Al-Hajjaj? Al-Hajjaj ibn Yusuf al-Thaqafi. The Prophet ﷺ says in the hadith that there will be in my ummah Kadhabun wa Mubir from Thaqif. Thaqif, which is a tribe that they had their territories in modern day Ta'if. And the Prophet ﷺ says, يخرج من Thaqif, from that tribe, from that area, يخرج كذاب ومبير, an impostor, a liar, and a mubir. A mubir means a transgressor. So that kadhab, or the liar and the impostor, was, they said he was, what's his name? Al-Mukhtar ibn Ubayd al-Thaqafi. Al-Mukhtar ibn Ubayd al-Thaqafi, he appeared in that area, claiming to be, in the Iraq area, claiming to be a prophet. A false prophet, of course. Eventually, he had also great leading and a great following among the people of his tribe. And then Al-Mubir means that the tyrant and that oppressor was Al-Hajjaj ibn Yusuf al-Thaqafi. He ruled for Banu Umayyah. When the Iraqi region rebelled against the Umayyads, they sent them multiple, leaders to go and negotiate and try to reconcile with them and so on. Nothing was working. Eventually, they sent them now the ruthless guy, Al-Hajjaj. Al-Hajjaj was a ruthless leader. He stood on the minbar and he gave a very famous khutbah, they say. He was kind of like short and chubby. He was covering his face, so he gave the famous khutbah on the minbar. He says, ألا يا أهل العراق أهل الشقاق والنفاق. People of Iraq, you are just a bunch of liars, you're a bunch of rebels. He says, أما إني أرى رؤوسا قد أينعت. I see heads that are ripening right now. And I'm going to be the one to chop them, basically. Eventually, on that spot, he had some people being, kind of exemplary executions, which he was eventually able to bring Iraq back to peace, if you want to call that peace. But of course, his intimidation techniques was not too different from what's going on in this world, in the Muslim world, unfortunately. But Al-Hajjaj was one of those tyrants. He was kind of like keeping people, under such difficulties. And he was the leader. So, Az-Zubair ibn Adi, he said, we went to Anas ibn Malik, the Sahabi, a companion of the Prophet. They should have respect for his presence amongst them, and he was one of the elders at the time, radiallahu anhu. فقال اصبروا. He said, you need to be patient. Even with Al-Hajjaj, someone like Al-Hajjaj, he said, be patient. فإنه لا يأتي عليكم زمان إلا والذي بعده شر منه حتى تلقوا ربكم. He said there will be, as a result of that, he said, for no time will come which will not be followed by one worse than the present one, until you meet your Lord. He said, I heard that from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What does that mean? He said, if Al-Hajjaj is bad, you wait until you see the future. So what exactly this is the reference to Al-Mubadara al-Khairat. So if every time is going to be worse in the future, what does it mean to you? Do as much good deeds as you can while you can. Because when things are getting difficult, people, they get distracted. Out of fear, they stop coming to the masjid. Out of fear, they stop, maybe wearing the hijab for women. Out of fear, whatever happens to them, they start kind of lesser and lesser of good deeds. They stop praying on time. They stop, coming for Jum'ah because they want to keep their jobs. They stop. So whatever that is, every time in the future it's going to be bad, eventually that means while you can, do as much of good deeds as you can afford. So when the time gets difficult and harder, at least alhamdulillah you have a reservoir of good deeds from the previous time that you lived. The other thing is still giving people hope. The Prophet ﷺ, even with these kind of difficult times, he said ﷺ, that لا تزال طائفة من أمتي على الحق. There will always be that small group from my ummah who will always remain on the haqq. They won't be bothered by what happens around them until they meet the Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there will always be people who are always reviving the faith and the deen, alhamdulillah. And I hope inshallah ta'ala we are among those people, Jama'ah. Wallahu ta'ala alam. Any question? MashaAllah. Go to sleep, Jama'ah. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. On your way out, don't forget to participate and take your chance, inshallah.